Last topic we discussed about single thought process and multiple thought process, and multiple thought process we concluded that the cause of mind pain or mind suffering. So today we will talk more about that why human beings are always suffering. Most of the human beings are always suffering. We will talk in a philosophical way somewhat today, like those who are happy and never had any suffering, really they don't need to know about God and soul, who am I. This is not for them. But those who are suffering is the most important driving factor for seekers to know that who I am, who am I, what is God, how can I be self-realized. So suffering is the most important factor. Without suffering there is no need to know God. So those who have suffering in spite of having every basic needs human need, not those, I am not talking about those people who are suffering from a natural calamities, or they get this life naturally very poor, they are always worried about their food, clothes and livings. But I am talking about those who has always suffering in spite of having every basic needs. Let's talk about them. So those people who are suffered is the most qualified candidate for a quest. Who am I? How can I reach the God realization goal? What is mind? What is body? Like this. Suffering means those who live on the level of multiple thoughts. That's what we talked about. Multiple thoughts means those who live on a mind level, mind consciousness. And happiness means, what is the happiness means? We discussed in the last topic that happiness means those who live on a single process base, single thought process. That means those who live on the body senses level, those creatures or human beings who use their mind to fulfill their desires every time on the body level. They are happy with the body senses. So what is the salvation means then, or freedom, or moksha? What is that means? That means those who live on the level of superconsciousness, not on the mind level, not on the single thought process level, that means body level, not on the multiple thought process level, but superconsciousness level. We are not going to talk about today God level or superconsciousness level, because this is too early for us to discuss about this. We should know first ABCD. What is body, what is mind, what is brain, what is the relationship with the body, mind and brain, and then what is the intellect, what is ego, and what are the emotions. All these things we have to discuss first, and then through this discussion then we gonna realize that who we are and what is the what is the missing point that we are looking for. Without discussing all this A, B, C, D, it's not possible to be self-realized. So we are not going to talk about super consciousness level or the God level or the Buddha level. Buddha level is that always in a happy mode with super consciousness. Most of the human beings are trapped in between, like a body level. This is the body level, like a five senses level or a single thought process level, and this is the Buddha level, super consciousness level. This is a salvation level. So body level is a happiness level, and super conscious level is a freedom, moksha, freedom from all the suffering level, and human beings are suspended in the middle. This is called mind level or multiple thought level. In other words, like animals live on the body level without any mind suffering. They don't have any kind of suffering at all. Physical suffering they have, but the mind suffering they don't have. Why? Because their brain is not so developed. Their brain is not so developed. That's why the mind is not so developed, because we already talked about all these things. So their mind is not so developed. So what happens is they mostly live on the five senses level. Their mind is not so developed that they can think about the future or the past. So the mind is only capable to direct their desires for the basic need through the five senses. This is called single thought process. All the animals live on a single thought process or a body level. That's why they are always happy. They don't need any mind suffering. And Buddhas are living on the soul level, not the body level, not the mind level, but on the soul level. What is the soul level? Soul level is free from all the sufferings. And man, what is man? Man is in between them. From where man is coming in? From man is evolving from the animals, and then the man is coming from the bottom, that means body level, and coming in the middle to the mind level. So man is evolving from the body to the mind. So mind is in between happiness and salvation, and that's why man is suffering. So what can be the ways, what can be the solution to be happy or free from the suffering? So there is only two things possible. Either man goes down to the body level, or man goes to the Buddha level, salvation level, or the soul level. So there is only two ways to be free from the suffering. Now because man is already evolved from the body level, now he has a developed mind, so it's very hard to go to the body level or animal level. It can go, but it cannot go back, because once something is evolved, like tree is grown out from the seed, if tree is evolved from the seed, it's very hard to put the tree back into the seed. It's very hard. A tree has some characters from the seed. Every seed has a characters, but it's very hard. Something evolved is very hard. But the man has another option, is to go to the soul level, free from all the suffering. But this path can be only reached by those who know who I am, who is the body, who is the mind, what is the awareness, through the guru or through the teacher. Without the teacher, without the guru, this path is not possible. Yeah, but one path is possible. They can go to the body level temporary by taking drugs, by taking alcohol, by taking alcohol. They can do some chemical imbalances in the brains. They slow down their brain. With the slow down their brain, the mind will slow down, and they can live on the five senses level. Aha, he, everything looks nice. But how long they can take drugs or alcohol to shut down their brain? Not for a whole life they can do it. It's very hard. Temporary, every day they can do alcohol or take drugs, but it's a temporary relief, temporary happiness. Or some gurus or some ashrams or some meditation techniques or some any spiritual techniques is given to the man to reach to the soul level. But all these techniques is given to the man to reach the soul level is also temporary. Why? Because these techniques are given by somebody without making them realized. These techniques are going to be affect very temporary. They will feel pleasure as long as the environment, they're doing all these things on a particular in a ashram or in a with a guru or something. They are very peaceful on that environment until that environment. After once they get out from that environment, they're gonna come back again on the mind level. So both levels human is trying. Some are trying to reach through the alcohol or drugs, some are trying through the spiritual level, going to the ashrams, doing meditation techniques, different kind of yogas, different kind of kundalini, different kind of scriptures reading, this and that. So both efforts are going on by the man, but what happens is ultimately both efforts are temporary, and then they come back and then they fall down again in the middle level. They come down again in the middle level, that is on the mind level, that is on the multiple thought level, and remain on a suffering level. Again he is always on a suffering mode. So this is the tragedy for the human life. Next topic we will discuss more about mind, body. Hari Om.